What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing. Let's cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Monday, new week, new goals, new opportunities, man. And we're just trying to smash it per usual. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, I'm usually active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. I'm on a little social media break right now. So not really that active on them currently, but I'll be back soon. But yeah, I'm usually active there every day. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. Money Making Monday. We smashed our NBA play of the day yesterday with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Thought it was a really good spot for them at home at the crib. Got a solid card today on this Monday, and y'all know the drill, man. So without further ado, let's do what we do. Let's kick the crap out of the books. First game on the board. We got the Washington Wizards out on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets, short favorite here, laying 3.5 in this one. We've talked about the Wizards ad nauseum this season, how bad they are. In their losses this season, how many losses they got? 41. 38 of them have been by double digits. Everything here says take Charlotte, the double revenge spot at home. They're comfortable at home. The spot, the situation, everything yells take Charlotte, but the line. First game on the board. I've been bitten on a Monday. First game on the board in plenty spots, in plenty situations. They just typically don't go the way you may think. Just telling y'all my thoughts, how I see the game. I'm on the Wizards, plus the points in this one. I know I'm catching a falling knife. I know, Jay, sharp chaser play. I know it's one of those. But hey, they've already beaten them twice this season. 2 of their 7 wins have been over the Hornets. Why not make it 3? First game on the board. I'm on the Washington Wizards plus the points or outright on the money line if you're looking for some plus money today. Keep it rolling. We head over to Detroit where the Pistons laying 4.5 points on the Atlanta Hawks. Total 234.5 here in this one. You know, I could really make an argument going either way here in this one. The Pistons have won both meetings this season, 122-121 back in early November. And then they won earlier in late January, 114-104 in Atlanta. This sets up a double revenge game for the Hawks. The Hawks, they're on an extended losing streak right now, while the Pistons, they won their last game 117-102 over the Mavs. So interesting game that's setting up here. I understand why the Pistons are 4.5-point favorites. Am I in a rush to bet this game? No, not really. I know we love fading the Atlanta Hawks. Forced to play this game, though, I would lean towards Atlanta as an underdog. That's been the one spot that Atlanta has been somewhat profitable in the recent memory. You know, last 2 seasons, how terrible Atlanta is from an ATS perspective, covering in under 40% of their games. So I get it. I understand that the Hawks are tremendously banged up. Keep an eye on this injury report and keep an eye on the trade rumor in the trade mill today. Atlanta is involved in some trade talks. Wouldn't be surprised if some guys are traded today. So not a game I'm rushing to bet by any stretch of the imagination. Forced to play it, though. I would lean towards the Atlanta Hawks. I think this is a game that probably is going to come right down to the wire. Pistons are the better basketball team right now currently, but I'm not rushing to lay points with the Pistons, especially over a bucket. So lean towards Atlanta, plus the points here in that one. We keep it rolling. We head over to New York, where the Knicks are 5.5-point home favorites over the Houston Rockets. This is a good game tonight. Knicks coming off the loss the other night. The Los Angeles Lakers rolled in and beat them outright. We saw that game to a T. LeBron, 30-point triple-double is exactly what happened in that game and came out of there with a dub. Shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Houston Rockets, they're also coming off in back-to-back L's. They lost to the Memphis Grizzlies. They lost to the Brooklyn Nets. These 2 teams have matched up once this season. That game was in Houston, where the Rockets won that game 109-97. In all honesty, man, I'm on the Houston Rockets plus the points in this one. I think this is a legitimate 50-50 game. The Knicks are not that great from an ATS perspective. You see it on your screen, while the Houston Rockets are. Houston comes into this game as well as the #1 road ATS team in the game. So I think the Rockets have a legitimate chance to win this game outright, and getting over a bucket in my back pocket, especially with the team that's covered in the most games this season on the road, that's how I got to the Houston Rockets. I do believe the Knicks are a little overrated, a little overvalued in this spot. Personally, if I was the lines maker, my line would have been like 2.5 in this game. I don't see the full 5.5. I think that's the overratedness that I be trying to tell y'all about when it comes to the Knicks. I think many people think they're better than they are. Solid team. I've never said they're a bad team. I just think they're overrated. And in a game like this, I'll definitely grab 5.5 points in my back pocket with the Houston Rockets. And honestly, I don't think it's a bad place to try to take an outright shot on the Rockets at this nice plus money price. So just my thoughts. Small lean on Houston, money line, and I like them plus the points here in this one. We keep it rolling. We head over to Memphis where the Grizzlies are 4.5-point home favorites over the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio involved in a trade late last night, acquiring De'Aaron Fox from the Sacramento Kings. Interesting trade there. We've seen these two teams face off twice this season. Memphis won both. They both were in January. The first one was in San Antonio, 129-115, and they played 2 nights later, and Memphis aired them out 140-112. Now, looking at the injury report for this game, Victor Wembanyama is listed as game time decision in this one. And for the Grizzlies, Ja Morant is out. What have we discussed about the Memphis Grizzlies? They're one of the best ATS teams in the game. They're number 2 right now behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. They also go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. When we invented that saying stupid, dummy, crazy a couple seasons ago, it was 2 teams, Denver and Memphis. Last season, y'all guys just didn't hear it that often because the Grizzlies were so banged up that they fielded a G League team and we called them the Memphis Hustle throughout most of the season. They just didn't have the talent to compete with the teams last year. Now that they're back healthy, the majority of their guys are back in the fold. We're back to betting Memphis in Memphis. We trust Memphis in Memphis. Don't want to be betting San Antonio right now. I think San Antonio, got a lot of extracurricular things going on with the trade late last night. On the road, not really a good, galvanize the troop style spot. I think Memphis wins the basketball game. I think Memphis covers. No need to overcomplicate it. We'll be on San Antonio in some certain spots here coming soon. Shout out to Spurs. I don't love the trade, but I don't hate the trade. I think it instantly impacts the San Antonio Spurs. It instantly makes this team better. And we'll see, man. We'll see if Wemby and Fox are ready to take that next step and really be, one of the best duos in not only the West, but the entire NBA. They have to take a next step in order to get there. But it's going to be interesting to see the future for the San Antonio Spurs. But in this one, I'm on the Grizzlies. We trust them at home. No need to overcomplicate it. Even without Ja Morant, I'll lay the points. We keep it rolling. We head over to Minnesota, where the Timberwolves are 4.5-point home favorites over the Sacramento Kings. In all honesty, this game for me is an outright pass. I don't want to put any money on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I definitely don't want to be putting money on the Sacramento Kings right now. Sacramento, still the number 2 worst ATS team in the league, 17, 27, and 4 ATS as you see on your screen. They've been the number 1 team on the do not bet list for an extended amount of time this season. Forced to play it, I would want to keep fading them, especially after trading Fox late last night, kind of shaking up the team a bit. Just think that's good spots to fade teams. But in that same breath, we don't trust Minnesota laying points at home at the crib. We call them the house of disappointment for a reason. When you need them to do something, when the spot looks good for them to do something, guess what? They never fucking do it. So, small lean on the Minnesota Timberwolves. It feels like it's the right play to take the Minnesota Timberwolves. Forced to play the game. Like if somebody came and pinned my arm behind my back and said, Jay, you had to bet it, I would bet the Minnesota Timberwolves. But personally, I'm not going to the window for this game tonight. So just my thoughts, just my opinion, letting you guys know how I see it. We keep it rolling. We head over to Oklahoma City where the Thunder Buddies are double-digit extended favorites over the Milwaukee Bucks, laying 11.5 here in this one. Hey, I'm on Oklahoma City in this one. I think they kicked the crap out of Milwaukee tonight. Bounce-back game, or not a bounce-back game at home, but it's a revenge game at home for Oklahoma City. They lost to Milwaukee 97-81 in Oklahoma City back in early December. I think they get their revenge and beat up on them in this one. Keep an eye on the injury report. Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, and Jalen Williams, all game time decision. I believe they play. I believe they give it a go in this one. Y'all know me. I've been fading Milwaukee. I don't like what I'm seeing from Milwaukee on this road trip. They've lost 3 of 4 on this road trip. Only win on this road trip came over the Jazz. They got aired out by San Antonio, beat up by Portland, beat up by the Clippers. And these are 3 teams that's not even great on the road. These are just average. I mean, not even great at home, except for the Clippers. The Portland Trailblazers and San Antonio are just average at home. Clippers are the best home ATS team in the league. Hell, they should be after they built a multi-billion-dollar arena to be good at home. Built a wall, some more shit. So, not surprised the Clippers are that good at home this season. But for Milwaukee to lose in the fashion that they did to San Antonio and Portland is really concerning. And y'all know the saying, man. Thunder buddies for life. No need to overcomplicate this one. We love betting Oklahoma City. They're our favorite money-making team for a reason. We'll lay it. Keep it rolling. We head over to Denver where the Nuggets are laying 11.5 points on the New Orleans Pelicans. Denver Chicken Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. The number 2 team on the do not bet list for majority of the season has been the New Orleans Pelicans. We want to continue to fade them. DeJounte Murray now out for the season with the torn Achilles. Pelicans, they be pump faking. I know they be looking good sometimes, but we know what it is with this team. When they're injured, when one guy's down, you just start to fade them. Still one of the worst ATS teams in all of the NBA. I trust Denver in Denver. I don't like laying extended numbers on the road with the Nuggets. That's where we usually get in trouble and find issues. But at home, we trust them. We have over the last couple seasons. This should be a nice double-digit blowout win for the Nuggets. I'll lay it. No need to really overcomplicate that one. We got the Utah Jazz at home at the crib, 7.5-point home dogs with the Indiana Pacers rolling in. I'm laying it here with the Pacers. Shout out to the Pacers. They're back. I think the Pacers are going back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I know many people say, Jay, what the hell are you talking about when I say that? But we'll see in the end if I'm right or if you're right. I just know this team was there last season. I also know this team is the hottest team in the league right now. A lot of people still are reminded of the Pacers to start the season. That is not who they've been over the last month, over the last 2 months. In that span, I get it. They haven't played the best competition, but you can only play who's in front of you, and they've handled business in those spots, and I think this is just another one of those. We've tried to catch the falling knife with Utah too many times this season. In Utah, they're gone. The Jazz that we have come to know and love at home at the crib, they're gone. And I know they got one just the other night. Shout out to them. Against the Magic. I think tonight they return back to the same Jazz that they've been this season. Terrible. At home, at the crib. Been much better from an ATS perspective on the road. They've done a complete 180. It's kind of crazy. The only other team I've seen do that in recent memory was the Golden State Warriors the last 2 seasons. 2 seasons ago, the Warriors were absolute cash at home. Terrible on the road. Last season, they did a complete 180 and were absolute cash on the road and terrible at home. Utah is that team this season, not falling for it anymore. We're continuing to fade the Jazz at home, at the crib. We're not continuing, but we're about to start just blindly fading them at home. I think the Pacers, who have played really good basketball, especially against inferior opponents of recent, continues to do that. Lay the points here with confidence on the Indiana Pacers. We got the Golden State Warriors at home, at the crib, 2.5-point home favorites over the Orlando Magic. Total to 12.5. Interesting game. Warriors are involved in some trade talks. I saw last night that they stalled with the Miami Heat. They were trying to acquire Jimmy Butler. They wanted Jimmy Butler to sign an extended contract, though. If we're going to trade for you, we want to know that you're going to be here, part of the team, for a while. Jimmy like, nah, if I come, let's hoop. And when we hoop, then I'll see if I want to stay or if I want to test free agency. The Warriors like, nah, we need a long-term commitment for giving up assets and things for you. So trade talks have stalled. The deadline is Thursday. So we still got a couple days of this trade news and bullshit going on. So keep an eye out on all of this. I'm just trying to help you guys stay in front of some of it. So Warriors, they do look like they're in the market to trade somebody. Keep an eye out on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened today and if some things shifted. Just letting you guys know what you need to know before putting your money on these games. Now, to talk about this game, the Magic, man, they're on the do not bet list. I hate to say it. This is another team that we've just thrown money away betting this season. for good reason, because last season, remember, they were the number one ATS team, or I'm sorry, number two ATS team in all of the NBA. Number one was the team in Dallas. Number two was the Orlando Magic, man. And especially at home, we were printing money like nobody's business. This season, as you see on your screen, they're not a money-making team. For a while, we just attributed it to injuries, but they've been healthy here recently. Wagner, Banchero, they're back in the lineup, and they still haven't looked all that great, man. And it all has come to a head recently as they just got aired out in back-to-back games by the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers. This is supposed to be a team that's competing near the top of the Eastern Conference, but they have not played like it. And I don't think the road is where we try to find something with them. We know where they play their best basketball. That's at home in Orlando. In that same breath, the Warriors haven't been all that great, but the Warriors are comfortable at home. They've been shooting in the same rim in the same gym for over a week. They're on an extended homestand, and I think in this one tonight, they get it done. I think they get it done. I would probably just go straight up moneyline Warriors if I'm going to play it. I don't want to lay the 2.5 over the last 2 weeks or so. I've been bitten in too many spots laying the 2.5, 1.5. Should have just took the outright money line. I would say long-term advice, this is terrible advice. If you like a team, laying 1.5, 2.5, just lay it, because if you lose, that juice over time will eat you alive. So if you're confident in your plays, if you believe in your plays and you believe they should hit, you should 9 times out of 10 just lay the 1.5, lay the 2.5. With my recent streak, I'm going to go money line. I'm going to return back to how to properly do it here soon as the streak breaks. Feel me? Just letting you guys know my thoughts, how I see it, what I'm doing. Like the Warriors tonight to win the game, though. Until Orlando figures some things out, until they show us signs that they're going to return back to our guys, we got to fade them. It is what it is. Last and final game of the night. We got the Phoenix Suns out on the road facing the Portland Trail Blazers. Phoenix laying 4.5 here in this spot. I'm on Portland. I don't think this is a game we need to overcomplicate. Phoenix right now is the worst ATS team in the entire NBA. 17-30-1. ATS, as you see on your screen, they've only covered in 36.2% of their games. That means we're basically covering at a 64% clip, 65% clip, just blindly fading them. Portland has been a really good money-making team this season, as you see on your screen. I like the way Portland's playing right now, arguably their best basketball of the season. Phoenix might win the game, but I doubt they do it by margin. They haven't kicked anybody out by margin in the last 2 seasons. That's why they're so bad from an ATS perspective. They win games, they just don't do it by margin. And laying over a bucket on the road with Phoenix, you're asking for it, especially on a team playing as well, as hot, and as under the radar as the Portland Trail Blazers are. I won't overcomplicate it. Last and final game of the night, I'll grab the points in my back pocket with the Portland Trail Blazers. So I know a lot of you want to know my thoughts, man, on the trade. Honestly, I'm still in shock. I'm in utter disbelief. I kind of feel like I'm dreaming. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't make any sense. And that's kind of still where I'm at. I'm still processing it. No way in hell did I think there was ever an avenue or a scenario where he wasn't on my team for the foreseeable future. So I'll just be real, man. Y'all know me, man. The Mavs, Luka, like, that was half of my personality, online and off, bro. Like, so I'm hurt. That's all I really can say right now is I'm hurt, bro. I'm truly hurt. I will be entering the fan transfer portal. I think that goes without saying. Y'all know where I'm going. Don't even really need to be said. We'll talk about that later down the line, though. When it comes to the Mavs, they're dead to me. They will never get another dollar, cheer, anything like that from me, bro. I'm done supporting that team. It doesn't even make sense. No matter how you slice it, it doesn't make sense. Ultimately, it starts with Mark Cuban, man. You sold out our franchise, Brody, for a couple dollars. And it's sickening. So that's just a couple of thoughts off the top of my head, man. I'm truly hurt right now. We will be entering the fan transfer portal here soon. The Mavs are dead to me, and I'm hurt. I'm hurt, honestly. I'm hurt. So that's my thoughts on it. We'll move on. We'll get past it. And we'll talk about it more in depth on what it means for both teams for the foreseeable future. Right now, it's still a little too fresh. It's a little too fresh. You feel me? I'm still in utter disbelief. There was no avenue, scenario, path where I thought he wasn't on my team for the foreseeable future. But this goes to show, man, no matter how much hard work, effort, energy, time you put into something, if it ain't yours, ultimately they can make a decision to go another way, man. That's in every single industry, no matter how much money you make. And that was evident in that decision. So, man, say all that to say I appreciate each and every one of you that sent me the kind messages, that text me, that, wanted to hear my thoughts, man. That really means the world to me. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Money Making Monday, man. New week, new goals, new opportunities. Looking to do what we do, which is continue to kick the crap out of the books, betting hoops. We did smash our NBA play of the day yesterday. We only had one play. We took the Cleveland Cavaliers. Thought it was a good spot to fade the team in Dallas. Looking to go back-to-back. You can scoop up that NBA play of the day today over at Pickdawgz Premium. You can hop on something long-term. It's going to be kind of a weird week as we navigate all this trade news, navigate all the injuries, all the people not playing because of trades, things of that nature. So buckle up. Get ready for it. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.